Imagine waking up one day and realizing the long search for something more has quietly ended inside you. You feel a gentle smile form because deep down, you know you have arrived at a place Carl Jung called the Sophia Stage. It is the final stage of awakening, where wisdom is not something you chase, but something you simply live. This is not about being better than others, but about becoming whole in the most humble and beautiful way. If you have ever wondered whether all the inner work has finally taken root, then stay with me as we explore 8 clear signs that you may already be there. Sign 1 is that old wounds no longer bleed when touched by memory. You remember the pain, but it does not control your mood or your day anymore. The story still exists, yet it feels like a book you read long ago rather than a chain around your neck. This brings a cheerful sense of freedom, mixed with a touch of fear, because letting go can feel unsettling at first. You start to notice how much lighter life feels without constant emotional reactivity. Practically, this means you can listen to someone share a similar hurt without getting pulled back into your own. It is like your heart has learned to hold space instead of holding grudges. Everyone can relate to this shift because we all carry bags from the past. When the bag finally feels empty, you know Sophia has begun to whisper her wisdom. This is a beautiful moment to celebrate with gentle self-compassion. Sign 2 shows up when your spiritual ego starts to fall away like old clothes that no longer fit. You stop collecting new labels or trying to sound more enlightened than others. The need to prove how awake you are simply dissolves into quiet confidence. It can feel scary because part of you wonders who you are without the title. Yet, there is also a cheerful relief in just being an ordinary human again. In daily life, this looks like speaking less about your journey and living it more. You listen more deeply to friends without the urge to give advice or fix them. Simple acts like breathing consciously during stress replace the old need to perform. This integration makes your presence calming for others without any effort. It is practical wisdom that everyone can practice one honest conversation at a time. Sign 3 is when your body becomes a trusted compass rather than an enemy to control. You notice tensions or energies in your physical form and treat them as messages instead of problems. Intuition no longer lives only in your head, but speaks through gut feelings and subtle sensations. This can bring fear at first because we were taught to ignore the body, but soon a cheerful friendship grows between mind and flesh. Practically, you might pause before making big decisions to check how your shoulders or stomach feel. Eating slower, walking with awareness, and resting without guilt become natural habits. Everyone can start this by placing a hand on their heart during moments of doubt. The body carries ancient wisdom that Sophia helps you hear clearly again. This connection brings a deep sense of being at home in your own skin. Sign 4 arrives when solitude feels full and nourishing instead of lonely. You no longer rush to fill every silent moment with noise or company. Time alone becomes a rich garden where ideas, creativity, and peace bloom effortlessly. There might be a brief fear of missing out, but it quickly turns into gratitude. Cheerfully, you discover that your own company is enough and even delightful. In practice, this means scheduling quiet evenings without guilt or distractions. You might journal, draw, or simply sit and watch the sky with a smile. Friends notice you seem more grounded, and they enjoy your presence more too. This fullness is a practical gift that every busy person can cultivate slowly. Sophia teaches that true connection with others starts with friendship with yourself. Sign 5 reveals itself when your will transforms from forcing to flowing. You stop pushing against life and begin to move with its natural rhythms. Ambition still exists, but it is no longer driven by desperate need or fear of failure. This shift can feel unnerving because we learn to control everything. Yet a cheerful lightness replaces the old heavy struggle. Practically, you set goals but hold them loosely and adjust when life suggests another way. Saying no to things that drain you becomes easier and more honest. Everyone can practice this by asking what feels aligned right now instead of what should be done. The result is more energy and less burnout in daily tasks. Wisdom in Sophia form makes your efforts feel effortless and meaningful. Sign 6 is when time loses its tight grip over your inner peace. Past regrets and future worries fade into the background of the present moment. You still plan and remember, but they no longer steal your joy or sleep. Fear may arise when you first notice this, because time used to define you. Soon, cheerful freedom takes over as each day feels fresh and complete. In real life, this looks like enjoying a simple meal without thinking about tomorrow. You meet deadlines with focus, but without the panic that once accompanied them. Practical tip is to notice your breath whenever your mind races ahead or back. This present focus is accessible to anyone willing to pause for 10 seconds. Sophia shows that life unfolds perfectly when we stop rushing the clock. Sign 7 brings compassion without the need to play savior to anyone. You care deeply for others, yet you no longer feel responsible for their awakening. Boundaries become natural and kind rather than cold or guilt-ridden. It can feel scary to let go of the old helper role, but relief follows quickly. A cheerful warmth stays in your heart while allowing others their own path. Practically, you offer support when asked, but do not pour from an empty cup. Listening with full attention without fixing is a powerful daily practice. Every person can learn this by reminding themselves that every soul has its own timing. This healthy compassion strengthens relationships instead of draining them. In the Sophia Stage, love flows freely because it no longer seeks to control. Sign 8 is the beautiful realization that the ordinary has become sacred. You find magic in washing dishes, walking the dog, or watching clouds pass. No more chasing big spiritual experiences because every moment feels alive with meaning. Fear of missing something greater dissolves into cheerful contentment. Life itself becomes the greatest teacher and the greatest gift. In practice, this means bringing full attention to small tasks and noticing their beauty. You smile at strangers or enjoy the texture of bread with fresh eyes. Anyone can start by choosing one routine activity today and doing it mindfully. This sacred view transforms boredom into wonder without any extra effort. Sophia has fully arrived when the everyday world shimmers with divine simplicity. We have now explored the 8 signs that point to the Sophia Stage in your life. If even a few of these resonate with you, take a moment to feel proud of how far you have come. Remember, this is not a race or a rank, but a natural unfolding of your true self. Jung taught us that real maturity is quiet, humble, and deeply human. Be gentle with yourself if some signs still feel distant, because the journey itself is wise. Practice one small shift each day, and watch how wisdom grows within you. Thank you for joining this conversation and for being open to your own inner growth. If this video helped you even a little, please hit the like button to spread the message. Share it with someone who might be on a similar path so they feel less alone. And if you have not done so already, subscribe and turn on notifications for more thoughtful content like this. Now, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 8 signs do you recognize in your own life right now? Share your experiences honestly so we can all learn and support each other. Your story might be the exact light someone else needs today. Until next time, keep walking your path with curiosity and kindness. The Sophia within you is already smiling and ready to guide every step ahead. Thank you again for watching and for being part of this beautiful community. See you in the next video, and remember, you are already enough, just as you are.